You're watching the CHSAA on News 12 Varsity. From Christ the King High School in Middle Village, Queens, this is the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final, featuring the top two seeds as number 2 Bishop Loughlin takes on number 1 Molloy. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm David Resnick. In a lot of ways, this is how you would have drawn up the finals. Bishop Loughlin and Molloy are the top 2 seeds. They finished with identical league records, and they split a pair of regular season contests. Each team won on their home floor, and now it's a neutral site for the championship. Molloy and Bishop Loughlin, a rematch of last year's championship game taken by the Lions in an upset. Can Bishop Loughlin do it again in 2017?
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Our officials for tonight, Michael Fortunato, David Graham, and Michael Nardone. Josh Noble, our producer. Again, I'm David Resnick. Elio Velez providing us broadcast assistance. Third matchup of the year between Molloy and Bishop Loughlin back on January 10th at Loughlin. The Lions won on their home floor at 93-87. And then Molloy later in January on the 22nd, they beat Loughlin 97-76, a bit more lopsided with the victory in their favor. Molloy and Bishop Loughlin, each 12-3 during the regular season. Christ the King in third was 9-6, and the Lions, or the Royals rather, are the hosts tonight for this championship game. Tip won by the Stanners, took down 4th-seeded Holy Cross 80-61 in the semifinals. Cole Anthony and Moses Brown each over 20 points in the win. Brown on the baseline, a rejection but a foul. Keith Williams came over on the help defense and hit the arm of 7'1" junior Moses Brown. Moses Brown, 6th best scorer in the CHSAA. 20 points per game, better than 12 rebounds. And you can see why early he is such a coveted recruit nationwide. Michael McCleary didn't know a coach in particular that would be here tonight to watch Brown. But the head coaches in Division I have been flocking to see him, and there he blocks the shot there of Tyrese Gaffney. It's recovered, though, by Bishop Loughlin. The MVP falling away misfires. Brown has 2 points, a block, and a rebound in the first minute. Transition bucket there for Khalid Moore. It's a 4-0 start for the top seed. Marquise Noel, step back 3 off the iron. Moore has the rebound, and it'll be interesting to see early the type of energy that Bishop Loughlin has after their double overtime win on this floor against Christ the King, 98-90, an absolute classic in the ever-budding rivalry of Loughlin against CTK. Up and down action here. Looking for Brown, it's knocked away by Jordan Thomas. It'll stay with the Stanners. 90 seconds gone by, 4-0 Molloy. This is Khalid Moore, a junior who's received offers from major college programs as well. Loughlin sitting in a zone. This is Herring on the drive, and a jump ball with a possession arrow to the Lions. Marquise Noel, again earning first team All-CHSAA. Here he is running the show. His pocket pass nearly taken away. Thomas battles for it back, puts it off the iron and in for the Lions' first points of this championship game. Cole Anthony watched by Tyrese Gaffney, the senior, with the assignment to try and stop the spectacular sophomore. Thrown into Brown, who has the mismatch against Noel, but good defense there by Thomas, and the hands by Noel to slap it away. Good fight in transition. The sophomore Justin Champagny ties it at 4. You'd have to think this slower pace favors Molloy, as Loughlin is a team that loves to get up and down. Anthony again looking inside to Brown. They've really tried to feature him early. On the take, hard drive by John Herring, and the lead back to Molloy. It's 6-4, 3 minutes deep. Noel off to the races, high off the glass, his first field goal. And he ties it at 6. Had 17 assists in that double overtime win. Despite his shot not falling, still had 20 points. And he really helped out his squad when he decided to be a facilitator. Double dribble and a violation against Molloy. Tied at 6, nearly midway through this first quarter. Jackson Vertucci could not defend Noel there. On the kick out, +1, Tyrese Gaffney puts Loughlin in front for the first time. Four-point lead until Brown stuffs it through easily. Gaffney goes behind the back. The dish to Williams, but a travel before. .45 to go, first quarter, and we're watching Cole Anthony drill his first field goal. It's a 3, and the lead seesaws back to Molloy, 11-10. Want to correct something earlier. Gaffney was fouled shooting a 3. He completed the 4-point play earlier. This is Thomas off the crossover, no good. Brown has the rebound. Anthony wants to push. Anthony gets to the tin. It's off the iron, no. And here comes Marquise Noel. 1-on-2. Noel is blocked. Khalid Moore on the trailing rejection. Into Brown, wide open. 13-10. Molloy takes a 3-point lead. And a 30-second timeout taken by Edwin Gonzalez. Moses Brown has an early 6. Rematch of last year's championship game, 79-67. A victory for Bishop Loughlin as Williams and Noel combined for 41. The Lions were the 3 seed. They took down top-seeded Molloy, who has won consecutive regular season titles. Cole Anthony with the stomach virus in last year's game. Michael McCleary remembering that well. And speaking with him pregame, he said by the looks of it, Cole seems very healthy for this championship rematch. Molloy setting up in a zone, looking to pressure Noel out of the timeout. Williams is open, but still scoreless. Brown has the rejection underneath of Gaffney. A battle for the ball, and it's scooped up by Brown. Up ahead to Cole Anthony. Bertucci on the drive, searching for Brown, and it's stripped out of his hands. 13-10 is the score, 2:35 remaining, first quarter. Moore, patient, left it short. After his own miss, he puts it up and nearly had a chance at a three-point play. Edwin Gonzalez saying that his team needed to do a good job of not allowing second chance points. And there they give up the offensive rebound to Khalid Moore. And he makes the first free throw. Jordan Thomas out, replaced by Chad Vetting, the 6'9" sophomore. 1 of 2 for Moore. The rebound by Champagny. Noel, deep three, yes! Boundless range for Marquise Noel. Lions to within 1, trailing 14-13, approaching the 2-minute mark of the quarter. Anthony driving and fouls. It's called against Gaffney, his first foul. The Stars have been present, but they haven't yet taken over the game. And for all the talk about the headliners on each side, and rightfully so, a lot of good balance up and down the lineup. Perfect trip for Cole Anthony. He's got 5. Lead is back to 3 with just 2 minutes to go in this first quarter of the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Finals. Noel, watched there by just Jade C, just checking in. Noel wants 3. Back of the iron, no. Anthony goes high for the rebound. Stripped of it on the way down, and it's Molloy basketball. Anthony off the iron. Moore's got another offensive rebound, fighting hard underneath, and he reverses it in. Khalid Moore's got 5, and it's a 5-point Molloy lead. Williams has yet to score. Moore has the defensive assignment. A pair of twos battling as Williams goes to work and misses off the back of the iron. Anthony leads the break. Extra pass to Moore. Stolen away, Gaffney. Into the open floor, and he bangs a dunk attempt off the iron. Williams checks out. In the final minute of play in the first quarter. Baseline drive Moore, and a foul against Julian Champagny, the sophomore twin brother of Justin. 4 team fouls against Loughlin. Molloy only has 1 personal as a team. Anthony triggers it in. A 3 from the outside, no. Noel takes it away from Brown. Champagny off target. Brown wrestling for the rebound. 7 seconds to go. It's across to Moore. 3. Moore puts it up, beats the buzzer, but it's in and out, no good. 18-13, the lead for Molloy. The top seed has the advantage after 1 quarter in the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final on News 12 Varsity.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Start of the second quarter here at Christ the King High School for the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final. Top seeded Molloy with a 18-13 lead over second-seeded Bishop Loughlin. Both these teams ranked in our News 12 Varsity Tri-State Top 20 in the Top 10. Both are ranked Top 5 in Class AA in New York State. A marquee matchup for the title. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. Here's Cole Anthony. 5 first quarter points, and he forced himself into a travel. Marquise Noel transferred into the program last year. He has delivered in a big way with his backcourt mate, Keith Williams, who slices down the baseline for his first field goal. Third leading scorer in the league, better than 22 points per game. He won the MVP this season. Dethroning Jose Alvarado of Christ the King, who won it last year as a junior. Noel with good hands. Gets a high five from Tyrese Gaffney as Anthony lost it on the drive. Jade C. cans a 3. Up to a 6-point lead. Gaffney off glass and good. .6:25 to go first half. Molloy by 4. Pick and roll, Brown. Beautiful finish. Brown's got 8 first half points, showing his great footwork and chemistry with Anthony there. Noel breaking down the D. Reach in foul by Brown. Noel bounces it off the defender. He's crafty like that. He wanted it from Gaffney, but Tyrese held on to it. He drives into the lane, into the body of Brown, and Moses Brown has just picked up his 2nd foul on consecutive plays run by the Lions. Break press for Molloy. Contorting his body was Herring, and he left it short. Noel speeding. Finds Williams. Awkward delivery as he was bumped. Khalid Moore committing the foul, his first. Williams to the line. Again, the MVP of the league, Michael McCleary, the head coach of Molloy, voting for the Bishop Loughlin star. You cannot vote for your own players. I'm sure if Coach Gonzalez could, he would for Williams. Thrown out of play by Anthony. Vertucci wasn't sure if it was for him and let it go over his head. (23-19) in favor of Molloy. 5:20 remaining first half. Nunez inside. Inside out to Noel. He's got three. Marquise Noel, his shot not betraying him tonight. As Bishop Loughlin, the defending champs, also won a title in 2014. Trying to make it 3 out of the last 4. Gaffney sees an opening. Gaffney fouled, undercut by Anthony. That's the first against Cole. Make it his second, joining Moses Brown with 2 fouls. One-point game here with 4:51 to go first half. Gaffney makes 1 of 2 to tie it at 23. 10-5 advantage for the Lions in this quarter. Loose ball taken by Herring. Vertucci is there for 3. Jackson Vertucci, the senior, drills a 3. Noel gets right around the defense to set up Gaffney. Thomas in the paint, left it short. Anthony grabs the rebound. Moses Brown, the 7-1 center, on the bench with 2 fouls as Anthony goes straight to the rack and draws the foul. Cole Anthony, first team All-CHSAA, only sophomore to make that top team. Last year, as a freshman, he was on the second team as he led the Stanners to a final appearance in this Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Championship before falling to Bishop Loughlin. Nunez, baseline, too strong. Herring has the rebound. Anthony with Williams on his back. Goes right to the rim for the slam, +1. The hesitation dribble, acceleration to the tin, and the elevation and force to finish. That gets the gym buzzing a little bit as Cole Anthony slams it down. (6'2", 175). He's got a complete game, and then he throws that in for good measure. First free throw miss. He's got 9 in the first half. It's a 7-0 run for the Stanners. Gaffney steps into a 3. Jade C has the rebound. Nunez out on Anthony. Bigger body to try to slow down Cole. Moore drives in. Moore is fouled. Noel called for the foul, his first. Antone Hurton has entered the lineup for Tyrese Gaffney. Bishop Loughlin using 10 players here in the first half. Herring, fancy dribble. And a travel. Three minutes to go, 8-0 run Molloy, 31-23. Williams with just 3 points, Noel with 8. Here he is starting his drive from the logo. Beautiful find, Justin Champagny. The easy layup thanks to the work of Marquise Noel. Makes it look so easy on the dribble penetration. Noel comes in to swipe it away. Anthony recovers. Anthony, athletic play on the feed, never came down with it as he shielded the defender and put it off glass. Great pass from Khalid Moore, 33-25. Anthony into double figures with 11. Under 2 minutes to go. Noel pump fakes, working against Vertucci. Noel again finding Champagny for an easy deuce. Justin Champagny with 6. Backcourt foul. It's against Antone Hurton. Eighth team foul against Bishop Loughlin, 1-1 for Cole Anthony. (13 first half points, lead back to 8. Williams looking to attack, tries to split 2. And between Moore and Vertucci, Molloy has the steal. Williams commits the push. That's his second foul. He heads straight to the bench, not even allowing Edwin Gonzalez to deliberate. Tyrese Gaffney checks in with 1:32 remaining. Molloy has limited the stars of Bishop Loughlin, or I should say specifically Keith Williams Jr. While Cole Anthony has gone off for 13, Moses Brown dominating the middle before picking up 2 fouls. And Khalid Moore with 8 first half points chipping in. Gaffney drives, Champagny, soft touch. Justin Champagny with 6 in this quarter. Another foul in the backcourt with the pressure from Antone Hurton. Sends Anthony back to the line, who's been near automatic today from the free throw stripe. He knocks down another. Anthony is out. Treston Livingston, the sophomore, is in. 1:06 to go and a 10-point lead. We'll see if Bishop Loughlin can take advantage. With both Brown and Anthony from Molloy out of the game. Noel goes right to work, too deep on a step back. Noel puts pressure on the ball. Now it's Moore. Bertucci, jump stop in the paint. Off the mark. Noel pushing with 35 seconds to go. Noel, his pass deflected. Nunez has it. Gaffney breaking down the D and throws it away. 26.7 seconds to go. Molloy can hold for one. Anthony and Brown come back in, hoping that this is the final offensive possession. So those two have to avoid picking up their third foul here as Michael McCleary takes a chance wanting to extend this 10-point lead. Five seconds to go. Anthony, three, iron. And that's how the first half comes to a close. 39-29, the lead for Molloy. The Stanners ending the quarter on a 16-6 run. 39-29, our score at halftime. This is the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
Ready for the start of the second half. 39-29, the lead for Molloy, the top seed, looking to avenge a loss in last year's Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final to the very same Lions of Bishop Loughlin. Williams featured early, had just 3 points in the first half. Brown with the rebound, but it's stolen away. Noel, three, no. Nearly got his own miss, and then committed the foul. Second foul against Marquise Noel. Bishop Loughlin won at home by 6. And then they lost by 21. We'll see which way the game begins to trend in the third quarter. Into Brown, knocked out of his hands by Gaffney. Noel working with Williams, and he slams it down with two. The chemistry between those two continues to get better, and in a lot of ways, offensive foul. It's against Brown, his third. In a lot of ways, getting Williams back in the game will be determined by the way Noel is able to get him shots. Those two working pick and roll together. Williams cans a three, and already he's a different player. had 3 all of the first half, 5 here in the third quarter in the first minute 10, and it's just a 5-point game. Stays with Molloy, 20 on the timer. So Moses Brown stays on the floor after picking up his 3rd foul. Bertucci to Anthony, reverse lay-in, +1. Jordan Thomas commits his 2nd personal. Cole Anthony with 17, make it 18. He has lived at the free throw line in this championship game. High screen from Williams. Gaffney has his feet set, in and out. And perfect positioning by Jordan Thomas for the putback slam. Moore driving in, his floater is short, but there's Herring missing. Moore got fouled. Thomas just picked up his 3rd foul. Brown fighting for position against Thomas. Molloy doing a lot to deny the big man positioning underneath. Molloy expected that, and the instructions to Brown was to repost, reignite himself, finding positioning there for the throwdown. Brown has to stay active, has to continue to look for positioning. You see what happens when Molloy uses a lot of the shot clock and waits for Brown to get into a good spot. Bertucci called for the foul. Jade Sy with the defensive Simon on Noel. Sy runs into a screen from Venning. Noel still has it, stolen away. 2-on-1. Anthony coasting in. Good hands from Williams. Anthony. Hand was down and he drilled it. Lead is 11 for Molloy, 47-36. Williams forced into a tough shot. Sy to Moore, poor spacing. It deflected to Herring. He lays it in, and it's a 13-point Stanners lead.
30 seconds, timeout, 30 seconds.
A 10-2 run. Molloy answering after Keith Williams got off to a hot start in the quarter. 49-36, Stanners. .428 to go, third quarter. Largest lead of the night for Molloy. Loughlin out of the timeout. Antone Hurton has checked in. Noel gets to the rim, no. Champagny is there for the putback +1. Third foul against Cole Anthony, 3 fouls against Moses Brown. Tyrese Gaffney is in. Antone Hurton is out. 3-point play cuts the game to just 10. Loughlin applying the pressure. Khalid Moore breaks it down. Entry into Brown. Herring driving in. Collapsing defense takes it away. Noel nearly lost the handle. Here's Gaffney. Finds an opening. And misses. Back to Molloy. Lost to Loughlin last year as the top seed. Only 2 final appearances in the last 2 years after the A and AA merger in 2012. Asked Michael McCleary for the last time Molloy won a championship. He did not know off the top of his head. And certainly in the 55 years of Jack Curran, they won a ton. Just not recently, as Noel is called in for the reach-in. That's his third. As Molloy has returned to the finals in the diocesan bracket, they've also advanced to the semifinals in the New York City intersectional bracket as of late, as their talent and play has increased. Moore driving in, takes the contact and scores. Pretty dry for Khalid Moore. Chance at a 3-point play. They're teenage kids, but you have to wonder, after less than 24 hours, 48 hours, I should say, following that double overtime win for Loughlin over Christ the King, in which Keith Williams knocked down 3 free throws at the end of regulation with the line cleared. There's that man Williams on the follow slam. How much do they have left against Molloy, who beat their semifinal opponent by 19? Anthony coasting in! Cole Anthony rocks the rim! Williams answers right back with a drive, but Cole Anthony took off from distance. Herring to Brown. Travel. That dunk for Anthony still has this gym buzzing. Noel crossover. Dumps inside, reverse attempt, Champagny. It's bounced out to Anthony. Anthony goes for the slam with Williams pushing him from behind. A conversation and just a common foul. Third foul on Keith Williams. Make that Williams' 4th foul, and that comes with 1:42 left. Lead is 11. Anthony nearly had his 3rd monster slam of the game. Noel blocked by Brown. Sy Bouncing it, good feed, Anthony, and it rolls off the rim. It's now Molloy getting out in transition and using the strength of the Lions against them. Moses Brown comes out, 1:23 remaining. Didn't like the decision from the coaching staff, but from a global standpoint, up 13, he's got 3 fouls. You gotta have trust in your team, especially with Anthony still out on the floor, that they'll be able to keep this sizable advantage. Noel, good feed, Gaffney. Another assist for Marquise Noel. Anthony has no problem taking time off the clock, limiting possessions here for Loughlin in the third. Moore, jab step. Moore rises to the rim. Khalid Moore. Back to a 13-point game. Perfect offense for the Stanners. "12 seconds to go, third quarter. Sy playing defense on Noel. Noel on the kick out. Nunez, good. Adrian Nunez, a 3 at the end of the third. Momentum for the Lions, trailing now by just 10 as we head into the fourth. 58-48, Molloy over Bishop Loughlin. 3 quarters in the books from Christ the King, as you're watching the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Final on News 12 Varsity.
The love, yeah, it's in our souls. The passion, it's in the cheers. And in that pivotal moment, we live and die with every pass, block, steal, and game-winning dunk. And we wouldn't want it any other way. Don't miss a minute. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Back for the fourth quarter, 58-48. The lead for Molloy. The Stanners have the ball, and the home whites as the top seed. Both these teams with a 12-3 record during the league season. And because of a common opponent tiebreaker, Molloy got the #1 seed. Brown draws the foul, back on the floor. The top seed in the New York division was Cardinal Hayes. Only Bishop Loughlin played them. The second team was Stepanak. Only Molloy played the Crusaders. So you go to the third seed in St. Ray's. Molloy beat the Ravens. Bishop Loughlin lost to the Ravens. And that's why a pair of teams with identical records, Molloy gets the #1 seed. The only difference, really, color of the jerseys. Can't say there's much of an impact, as all of the sites were predetermined. Perfect trip for Moses Brown. Keith Williams is back on the floor with 4 fouls. Noel turns the corner. This is Gaffney. Williams underneath, got his hands on it, venting the sophomore short. Williams back up, a 4th opportunity he follows. Never relented on that inside position. Sy pull-up, good. Good minutes off the bench for Jade Tsai, a transfer from Cardozo, who might know a thing or two of playing in Queens. Hand check foul, called against Herring. Noel gets inside, challenges Brown. Just the long reach of the 7-1 Brown altering that shot. Khalid Moore has been great, supplementing Anthony and Brown. Herring has been contained, and so Moore's play has been key. Whipped inside Brown, spin move and the lay-in. Moses Brown, great feet. Good defense by Moore. It's a turnover by Williams. Full timeout taken by Bishop Loughlin. The deficit is 14 here in the fourth. .6:19 remaining in the quarter. 64-50, the lead for Molloy. Cole Anthony has 23. Anthony comes forward against Gaffney. Noel hedges. Edwin Gonzalez more vocal from the sideline right in front of us. Anthony gets to the rim. 22 in the semifinals, 25 here in the championship game. Noel, dribble penetration, high off the window. It's a 14-point game. Bishop Loughlin turns up the pressure. Anthony forces it to Brown. That's a miscue. Leads to the run out for the Lions. Noel slips it underneath for Williams. Even on what you could consider an off night, Williams still with 16. Just a 12-point game as the Lions need stops. Moore on the pull-up. Herring wide open for the rebound and a nice stick back. Totally under control. What a head fake, Noel, but Brown is there to recover. Numbers for the Stanners. And a turnover in transition. .14 lead for Molloy. Gaffney puts his head down, left it short. Brown clears the rebound. Anthony will walk it up. 4:25 to go in the fourth. 68-54. Anthony again gliding to the rim with ease. 27 and a 16-point lead. Noel, count it, +1. Fourth foul against Moses Brown. 4:10 left. Noel's got 2 more and a chance to complete the three-point play. Midway through the fourth, 14-point lead. Sy, corner, Vertucci with the offensive rebound. He slips it to Herring, puts it up through contact, gets his own miss, ripped away by Gaffney. And then Gaffney commits the offensive foul. Jade Sy providing meaningful minutes off the bench. Gaffney playing tight defense on Anthony, doesn't allow the catch back. Anthony has gotten to the rim on the last couple of possessions as somebody off the ball initially. Vertucci to Moore. It's a three. Khalid Moore with 16 points. Noel answers with his own triple. The lead was 17, now it's 73-59. 3 minutes to go. Anthony looking to drain the clock. Sizable lead. Sy dribbles it off of his leg. Vertucci diving for the ball, and Molloy calls for time. 30-second timeout taken by the Stanners. 73-59 with 2:42 remaining. It's a 14-point game. Bishop Loughlin trailing with 2:42 remaining. 6th time in 8 years under Ed Gonzalez making it to the final. They won championships in 14 and 16. Beating Christ the King 3 years ago, Molloy last year. Moore. Brown tapped it to himself, leans in and draws the foul. His length has given the Lions trouble tonight as Justin Champagny is called for the foul. 2:35 to go. Moses Brown back to the line. Arizona, UConn, Kansas, really the list is too long to list. One of two for Brown. Foul against Sy on the hold. It's on the floor. Williams catch and shoot. That was short. 2:20 to go. Difference of 15 in Molloy's favor. And one of the best point guards in the league. You're looking at a matchup of Anthony and Noel, both first teamers. Sy, bounce pass. Herring puts it through the net. Back to 17 and 2 minutes to go. Molloy has controlled the second half, especially after Keith Williams scored a quick 5 points in the opening minute of the third. Since then, the Stanners have really turned it up. Anthony, feed inside Brown, goes to the left hand. Brown has shown a little bit of everything today on the inside. Lead is 19, Noel driving for two. Delay of game warning called against Bishop Loughlin. Offense, defense here for Molloy as Vertucci, I beg your pardon, Molloy is on offense and Brown comes out. Loughlin forces the turnover. Williams hits it off glass. Took the contact from Herring. Anthony splits a triple team, thrown up to Brown. Has to come down with it. And lost it on the baseline. 15-point game, thrown to the rim. Williams, oh, he couldn't finish. We saw that at home against Christ the King, that half-court alley-oop. Keith Williams just committed his 5th foul. Molloy taking a minute, or a moment, I should say, and taking their allotted time in order to get a sub into the game. Tenth foul against Loughlin, so Anthony shooting a pair. Been quite some time for the Stanners to say that they are Brooklyn Queens Brooklyn Queens diocesan champs. Both these teams, of course, moving on to the intersectional bracket. Noel from deep, no. Rebound for Venning and Follow, and timeout Bishop Loughlin. 79-65, 46.5 seconds to go with the upsets. Some of the more notable teams playing in pre-quarterfinal games. Should be an awesome tournament, and we'll have the final for you on the 12th. Vertucci shooting a pair. Moses Brown wants to check back in for the shooter. Noel crosses over into the paint. Brown, a rejection. But then Justin Champagne is there to follow. (80-67). Molloy can dribble it out. A championship game rematch from a season ago. Last year, it was the Lions. This season, the Stanners victorious. 80-67, the final from Christ the King, as Molloy, the top seed, takes down Bishop Loughlin, the 2 seed, to win the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Championship. The third of what can be 4 meetings this season. After splitting in the regular season, Molloy picks up the playoff victory. It's a 13-point win for the Stanners, and the top seed wins the title. 80-67 the final. Molloy is your 2017 Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Champion on News 12 Varsity.
Who will rise higher, dunk harder, and go farther? The playoffs are here. Tune to News 12 Varsity all postseason long.
80-67 the final as we welcome you back to Christ the King. Molloy over Bishop Loughlin, and after the game we were joined by Cole Anthony. Last year in the championship game, it was said that you had a bit of a stomach virus. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very good. I kept that in the back of my head since last year. I've just been focusing, working, it's building up to this moment, and you can see the result paid off.
It's a team game, but in the backcourt, you go up against Marquise, a fellow first-teamer, against Keith, the league MVP. What did you think of the matchup?
They're two very good players, and I respect their games a lot, and so I just had to, with me respecting them, I have to bring in my all every game. And so I brought my all, and they did too, and this is the result. Individually
leading the team in points, a couple of spectacular dunks. The and one, the transition when you took off deep in the lane. What goes through your mind when you see the rim like that?
Just put the ball in the basket. That's all I'm thinking. It's tunnel vision.
You guys split a pair of regular season matchups, same league record, really identical seasons in a lot of respects. What was different today for you guys to pull out the victory?
I really wanted a game. Like, this was something personally that I really wanted. And I think that my team, they recognized that, and they brought their all too. And that's ultimately what won us this game.
So the regular season's one season, Brooklyn Queens diocesan bracket is another, and now you're on to the New York City bracket. What's the outlook for these Stanners?
Same goal, just to win. That's it. Only goal.
Cole, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
13-point victory for Cole Anthony and the Stanners. He said he took it personally, and he delivered quite the all-around performance. Archbishop Molloy takes down Bishop Loughlin by 13 to win the Brooklyn Queens Diocesan Championship. For our producer, Josh Noble, I'm David Resnick. Thanks so much for joining us on News 12 Varsity Game Time.